Golden FM 97.5.
Good morning and thank you for joining us on the Golden Sunrise National and World News. In the headlines, President Tinubu urges Nigerians in the diaspora to support the nation's development. Also rejects federal government staff's loan, seeks moratorium on creation of private varsities. Bayelsa government warns against circulation of fake soft drinks and hair products. Governor Duri inspects Bayelsa gas turbines, vows 24-hour power supply. On the foreign scene, U.S. court quashes $464 million fraud case against President Trump. Details coming up shortly.
This is your Golden Movement 97.5 Golden FM, the gold standard of radio.
I am Moye. Now the details. President Bola Tinubu has urged Nigerians in the diaspora to contribute their expertise and resources to national development, saying the country is on the rise again. President Tinubu made her appeal on Thursday at an interactive meeting with members of the Nigerian community in Yokohama, Japan, on the sidelines of the Tokyo International Conference on African Development. This was contained in a statement signed by Mr. Bayo Onanuga, the President's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, on Thursday. The President said his administration had stabilized key economic indicators and was implementing reforms to attract investments, create jobs, and improve infrastructure. The Academic Staff Union of Universities ASU has warned of a possible nationwide strike, accusing the federal government of failing to honor long-standing agreements on the revitalization and proper funding of Nigeria's public universities. Speaking during a press conference at the University of Jos on Thursday, Mr. Christopher Piuna, ASU president, said lecturers have endured over 2 years of broken promises and delay tactics by the government. The ASU chief rejected the government's proposed tertiary institution staff support fund loan scheme, describing it as a trap. The union said it will await the outcome of a government meeting scheduled for August 28th before deciding its next line of action. Still, it announced that members will stage rallies across campuses next week to demonstrate their frustrations. Federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to resilient oil and gas sector through ESG investment and capacity development policies. The safety of oil and gas workers is non-negotiable for the success of the petroleum industry, as it directly impacts sectorial growth. Senator Heineken Lukubri, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Oil, emphasized that such standards are key to unlocking sustained investment and productivity in Nigeria's energy industry. Senator Lukubri said this at the 4th Pengassin Energy and Labor Summit, themed Building a Resilient Oil and Gas Sector in Nigeria, Advancing HSC ESG Investment and Incremental Production. In his keynote address delivered at a summit, the minister commended Pengassin for its patriotism and continued partnership with government in pursuit of energy sector growth.
We are committed to carrying out our own responsibilities. One of our own responsibilities is to ensure that, as prescribed in the PIA, oil and gas exploration is done in a safe, clean, and sustainable way. The success of the oil and gas industry cannot be possible without Pengassin. And all that, Pengassin plays a leading role in what the outcome of Nigeria's oil and gas exploration is today. When I became minister, we were doing barely 1 million barrels. Today we are doing about 1.8 million barrels per day. This is not, a success for one person. Success for the government, a success for the operators, a success for Pengassin that made it possible.
He emphasized that the federal government, under the renewed hope administration of President Bola Tinubu, remains committed to ensuring that operations run seamlessly, every stakeholder's interest is protected, and the benefits of our collective efforts are felt across the economy. On capacity building, the Minister outlined government's initiatives such as the continued enhancement of the Petroleum Training Institute, PTI, and the establishment of the College of Petroleum and Energy Studies, Kaduna, CPESC. He described CPESC as a center of excellence designed to produce highly skilled professionals who can compete on the global stage, noting its partnership with top UK universities.
Facing this growth trajectory, and it is our collective obligation to ensure that we sustain it and improve it. Our target is to do more than 2 million barrels a day. Because of the growth of our population, we have an increasing number of people who want to be trained abroad, but we don't have the funding to be able to do that. We also don't want to lower the standard. And so what did we do? PTD went into a partnership with 3 top-class universities, and I was privileged to go to the UK to sign an agreement with them, together with Attorney General. The idea is that those who will be going in for masters and doctorate will have the same quality of education as they could get in Germany, as they could get anywhere in the world, at a cheaper cost.
The Minister further highlighted the administration's progress in local content development through the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, NCDMB, noting that Nigerians and indigenous firms are no longer bystanders in the value chain, but active participants and leaders. The Minister urged stakeholders to remain disciplined, innovative, and committed to national progress, assuring that the government would remain a dependable partner in the journey towards sectorial resilience and prosperity.
The oil and gas sector is still the sector that will bail us out. The efforts taken by government has resulted in production of 1.8 billion barrels. We need to take steps that will increase the volume. And one of the ways we can increase the volume in Nigeria is for those license holders. And we need every available well to be brought up as part of our deliberate steps towards increasing production. Today you are seeing investments coming in. It didn't come by accident. It was because of the deliberate efforts of this administration. Today you will agree with me, you the industry experts, that the confidence of the industry is back. But we need to maintain that confidence.
Following the killing of a police officer in Amarata community in the Gwalaka government area of Bayelsa State, residents are now suggesting ways peace can return to the area. Recall that on Tuesday this week, the officer identified as Godwin Obut was killed in the Ompadek area by a suspected cult group. The incident led to a reprisal attack from the police, who allegedly arrested and assaulted individuals, breaking into houses and destroying properties. But speaking with our correspondent Favor Wuna and Jennifer Harry, one of the residents says government and community leaders should collaborate to apprehend the bad boys terrorizing the area.
I think the government can help in the situation happening in Ompadek is for them to join hands with community leaders to bring out these persons that are terrorizing the community, making it safe for individuals. Mostly these persons are indigenous of this community. So the community and the government are to work in togetherness and in collaboration to bring out all the bad boys, cultists in the community for peace to reign.
Other residents said security officers should not leave the community and that cult clashes remain the root cause of the violence, and warned that until those responsible for the officers' killing are arrested, peace will remain fragile.
To have peace. But these security officers should not leave the community. They should be changing themselves. One group come, one group go. Supposing they were in position, this wouldn't have happened.
Peace no go fit dey for Amaraka till they find the person wey kill that boy. Maybe they don't see one person wey go fit confess, then they really know wetin make them kill the boy. If true na armed robbers or na people wey come to come kill am true.
On their effect, the recent killing is impacting the area. They said the incident has affected the movement of people and business operation in the Amarata community.
Everyone is allowed to go out of your house to do your normal business, because anyone who come across the police, they take you as a suspect.
It affects people, mostly the people that when they sell stores, people when they do business. They not fit open their shop. People not fit buy some. So it affects people.
I'll say it's kind of safe because I think from 7 to 6 people can move around, but for now the security system is safe.
While warning against favoritism in the matter, the residents call for fairness in enforcing laws for both indigents and non-indigents. You are listening to the Golden Sunrise National and World News at 97.5 Golden FM Ikiemoye. Still to come, more news. Please stay tuned.
On 97.5 Golden FM.
The Miles and Media Awards are here again. Guess what? Golden FM 97.5, your gold standard of radio, has been nominated for Radio Station of the Year. We've got some of your favorite shows and OAPs on the list too. Vote for Christy, the Golden K, Golden Sports, Worship and Word, Let's Talk Nigeria, Wobenere, Golden FM, your station of the year. Want to vote? Here's how. Step 1. Go to www.bma.org.ng. Step 2. Click Vote Now and enter your email. Step 3. Pick your fave nominees. Step 4. Choose how many votes you want to give. Step 5. Make payments, card, bank, or transfer. Step 6. Boom! Vote confirmed. Each vote costs just 100 naira. Max 50 votes per nominee. Vote again September 20th. Golden FM 97.5. Your gold standard of radio.
Welcome back. You're still listening to the Golden Sunrise National and World News on 97.5 Golden FM. And now for the rest of the bulletin. Governor Moye has approved the 2025 residency training funds for resident doctors in the state, reaffirming his administration's commitment to continuous training and capacity building of the state's workforce. Governor Diri made their approval while receiving the Champion of Residency Training Award from the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, during their 170th State Executive Council meeting held at the Government House, Yenagoa. The governor emphasized that education and healthcare remain top priorities of his administration, serving as both short and long-term strategies to improve the standard of living across the state.
The resident doctors of Bayelsa State approached us finally about some of these issues that would have led to the Japa syndrome of doctors. And we didn't find it difficult, knowing that it is going to impact on their skills and it is also going to help in impacting on the society generally. So if we must develop in this country, education is number 1, education is number 2, education is number 3. We cannot continue to be searching for health outside Nigeria when we cannot take care of the very few workers that we already have.
He said the health sector was too important to be ignored and that the expertise of its personnel was in demand outside the country after being trained domestically.
Nothing wrong to also export our skills outside the shores of Nigeria, but let it not be to our own detriment. And so in Bayelsa, there was embargo in employment, but there was no embargo on the employment of needed health professionals and teachers in education. And we believe also that this that we have done is to strengthen the state in terms of healthcare delivery and in terms of training up our children in various schools. For us as a state, if we must sustain our capacity and affect the standard of living of our people, issues of health and education must continue to gain priority from this government.
Presenting the award, Dr. Oshundayo Tokbe, NARD National President, commended the Bayelsa State Government for its numerous contributions to the health sector. Dr. Tokbe also expressed appreciation to Governor Diri for approving an official vehicle for the state chapter of NARD, noting that Bayelsa's progress under the current administration serves as a benchmark for other states.
Strides in health sector, especially in the area of medical residency training, are so conspicuous and palpable. So we want to appreciate you, sir. You have paid the 2022 and 2023 medical residency training grants to the Bayelsa State resident doctors. You have also implemented the 35% upward review of commerce that so many states across this country have not even improved on this salary structure that they are given to the doctors in their states. And part of what you've done is to employ health workers, 500 health workers. In fact, that is very good.
In attendance at the ESCO meeting were Senator Lawrence Erujekbo, the Deputy Governor, Honorable Onyike Godbless, Chairman of the State House of Assembly Committee on Health, and other members of the State Executive Council. The Bayelsa State Government has raised alarm over the spread of counterfeit soft drinks and hair products being sold in markets across the state. Honorable Ikiemoye Iniamagha, the Commissioner for Information, Orientation and Strategy, issued the alert on Wednesday at a joint press conference held after the 170th State Executive Council in Ikiemoye. Honorable Iniamagha described the development as worrisome, stressing the serious risks it poses to public health. Highlighting the dangers, Professor Seifa Brisibe, Commissioner for Health, explained that consuming such fake products could lead to severe health issues, including liver damage and, in extreme cases, death. He urged residents to exercise caution and remain watchful. Similarly, Honorable Ben Ololo, the Commissioner for Environment, disclosed that some individuals linked to the illegal trade have already been apprehended, while investigations continue to trace those behind the production and distribution. On his part, Honorable Ebere Jones, Commissioner for Trade and Investment, added that his ministry is collaborating with NAFDAC and other regulatory agencies to conduct routine inspections in order to protect consumers. The commissioners further appealed to members of the public to report any suspicious products or sellers to their appropriate authorities for prompt action. Governor Doyediri has expressed satisfaction with the progress of work at the ongoing Bayelsa gas turbines project located in Elebele community of the local government area. Governor Diri made this known during an unscheduled inspection visit to the project site, where he was conducted around the recently installed switch gears by Engineer Ulis Kemenanabo, the Managing Director of the Bayelsa State Electricity Company. Speaking after the tour, the governor reaffirmed his administration's commitment to completing the project, which aims to provide a steady 24-hour electricity supply across the state. He described the project as a significant step towards achieving energy sufficiency and boosting economic activities in Bayelsa.
All hoping that very soon we will have a 24/7 uninterrupted power supply. By God's grace, because we are all living by God's grace, that by the end of this year, latest December, we will have independent power out of power holding in Bayelsa. And by God's grace, we will have 24 hours power supply.
On his part, Engineer Ulis Kemenanabo also expressed optimism about the project timeline, noting that substantial civil works had already been completed ahead of the turbine's arrival.
Left their destination, expected the date of arrival to on airport, so we'll be working towards achieving end of the year.
In a remarkable display of community spirit and recognition of exemplary leadership, His Royal Highness Morrison Itelimo Odede, PhD, the Secretary General of the Apia Kingdom Traditional Rulers Council, was honored with the esteemed Good Leadership Award by the International League of Character Club. The award ceremony took place in a mini celebration at his palace on August 20th, 2025. The award was presented by Character High Chief Dr. Elder Christian A.Y. Kokoriko, GHS, JPP, FIPSA Tourist, the President General of the League of Character Club International. This prestigious accolade celebrates individuals who have made significant contributions to good leadership, youth development, character molding, community policing, and promoting harmonious coexistence within communities. During the event, Dr. Kukurikos praised His Royal Highness Morrison Odede for his unwavering dedication and impactful contributions to the community, encouraging him to continue striving for excellence, and made His Royal Highness Morrison Ikiemoye Odede the patron of the Character Club International.
Really contributed. Any person want to bring nature down, nature will bring it down. At the end of the day, anytime we build the city, if we do not first build the man, at time our father is building you people to be somebody. I'm sure so this award we have given to you is a wonderful award. What were we seeing in leadership he has contributed. So what I tell you, today is a day for you.
In his acceptance speech, His Royal Highness Morrison Ikiemoye Odede, PhD, dedicated the award to God Almighty and the people of Okaka Epie community, and expressed profound gratitude for the recognition, emphasizing that it represents not just a personal achievement, but a collective effort.
So sincerely thank each and every one of you for your good effort and in finding me worthy to receive all these awards. Hereby also dedicate these awards to God Almighty and the good people of Okaka-Ipie community. Okaka-Ipie community, because if not the Okaka-Ipie community, perhaps I wouldn't have been here receiving this award in this capacity. So by this singular act of the Characters Club, I know I have to do more and I must definitely improve more on my character.
The joyous occasion was attended by cabinet members, youth leaders, women groups, community leaders, and family, all of whom celebrated his accomplishments and the honor bestowed upon him. The event highlighted the importance of strong leadership and community engagement, reinforcing the values that the League of Character Club International stands for. Now to the foreign scene, a U.S. court threw out a $464 million civil penalty against President Donald Trump, imposed by a judge who found they fraudulently inflated his personal worth, calling the sum excessive, but upholding the judgment against him. Judge Arthur Engoron ruled against President Trump in February 2024 at the height of his campaign to retake the White House, which coincided with several active criminal prosecutions that the Republicans slammed as lawfare. Now that's the Golden Sunrise National World News from 97.5 Golden FM Yenagoa. But before we go, here's a recap of our major stories. President Bola Tinubu has urged Nigerians in the diaspora to support nation's development. ASU has rejected federal government staff loans and sought moratorium on creation of private universities. Bayelsa government has warned against circulation of fake soft drinks and hair products. Governor Oyedere has inspected Bayelsa gas turbines and vows 24-hour power supply. On the foreign scene, U.S. court has quashed $464 million fraud case against President Donald Trump. That was the Sunrise News. For news stories, comments, and observations, please send us an email at goldenfmyenagua@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, and TikTok on 97.5 Golden FM Yenagua. The news was edited by Judith Enake, and I am Moye. Good morning, and thanks for listening.
Golden FM 97.5.